What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This video we're going to be focusing on stretching again. Just give you a tip before we start. Something that I experienced personally and I experience helping other people is normally when someone's dealing with spinal issues, hip misalignments, things of that nature, as you start stretching, okay, it's going to feel really good for the first couple hours, but you're going to see that your muscles want to lock down even tighter, and it's going to convince you that you're doing something wrong, that it's impossible for me to get better. What's happening is your body has been out of alignment for so long. It's built a true muscle memory that this is the way the body should be. So when we begin stretching, getting the hips back into alignment, the body is telling itself, hey, something's wrong. Our muscles and hips and stuff are trying to go out of its natural state. So we are going to tighten down even more to prevent injury. So it's a good sign if this does happen. Just don't get discouraged. Just understand your body's just doing what you have taught it to do through the years by not stretching and keeping your joints strong and healthy, okay? So what we're going to start off with is a wrist extension. And once again, we're going to do 30 seconds on the clock each exercise. So the first wrist extensions, the hands are going to be this way. And you can just sit on your toes if you want, but we're going to lean forward into this stretch, okay? All right, ready? Let's get it. Remember, make sure you're breathing. Lean into it as much as possible. And remember, relax. And as you feel those muscles loosen up, go ahead and lean into it just a little more. If you're comfortable, you're wrong. Okay? Even right now, you don't see any grimace on my face. There's a lot of tension in my forearm, okay? All right, so the next is we're going to rotate backwards and we're going to lean back, okay? If you can't get your hands rotated this way, you can put them here, and then we'll just lean this direction and we'll lean this direction, and we'll just keep working on it until you can get in this position, okay? So reverse and just sit into it. Relax. Sit into it. Once again, this should be uncomfortable, but don't push yourself to injury. All right, relax. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be a lizard pose. So we're going to be here with 1 foot up and 1 foot back. So what I would recommend is go ahead and get in this position here and just lean into it. And we'll start from here, okay? So let's go. And this is a really good hip opener. So if you can't get down on your elbows, just go ahead and do this right here. Remember, there's always a way to modify a workout, stretch, mobility training, flows. So don't think if you can't follow along that there's no use to even trying, and that's not true, okay? All right, so go ahead and put your right leg up or opposite leg, and we're gonna get going, okay? And if you want, you can put the knee on the pad. Just continue sinking into the stretch from the hip, okay? Go ahead and relax. We're going to do a pigeon pose. So take your left foot, put it in front of you like so. And then we're going to kick that right foot back. And we're just going to sink into it, okay? All right, ready? And again, there's some ability to modify all these stretches based on your flexibility, core strength, and, injury. Just continue to sink into it as much as possible. All right, go ahead and rotate. Right foot out. Sink into it. And let's go. Just continue sinking into it. Make sure you're breathing good. All right. And time. Come to your knees. Reach up. Stretch back. Okay. We're going to do a frog pose. So kick your knees out as far as you can. And we're just going to sink into it. Okay. Make sure you're breathing. And I think out of all the stretches, for me, this is the most uncomfortable. But it does give me the most benefits as far as pain relief throughout the day. Okay. Next, we're going to do a puppy pose, similar to a child's pose, if you remember, which is back here. But a puppy pose is the knees and legs will be straight, but we're doing this right here instead of being pushed back like this, okay? All right, ready? So just sink into it. Really stretch your shoulders, your upper back. Should feel it in the middle of your back, your lower back. Make sure you're breathing. All right. And time. Come to your knees. Reach. Okay. Go ahead and go to your buttocks. Right foot out or leg, left over right. And we're going to do a seated twist. Okay, let's go. Remember, how do I push into this? Here and with the arm. If my head's here, the body's not naturally going to want to rotate. So remember, where the head goes, the body will follow. So super important that we get the head into that rotation. All right. Go ahead and rotate. And let's get it. Every time muscles relax, push into it a little more. All right, relax. A lying figure four, so go ahead and go to your back. You're going to take your right leg and put it over your left. Right hand, reach under to the knee, and you're going to pull it to the chest, okay? Make sure you're breathing. Let's go. If you want to turn your neck a little bit, get some rotations in there. Try to feel which side is stiffer. Can't rotate as much. It'll give you a lot of feedback on what's happening in your body. All right, time. All right, left over right, and repeat. Reach under. All right, and time. Quad stretch. Right leg out, left back, tucked under us. Let's go. And you can just lean back. Lean your head back and rest. And to sink in it, I'm just going to move my arms outbound. Breathe. Relax those quads. You should feel it definitely in the quads, the hips, hip flexors, your knee joint, ankles, just everything. It's a good stretch. All right, and time. Rotate, and let's go. Make sure you're breathing good. Just keep sinking into it. Head back. Just relax. If you feel that your muscles are tense, just focus to relax them, okay? All right. Back to your knee. We're going to do one more round. All right. This time we are going to do the wrist extensions like this, okay? And we're just going to rock back and forth real easy. All right. Let's go. Get in a good posture. Don't lock your elbows out, but keep them very close to being locked out. Just push into that stretch. You're going to feel a lot of tension in your wrists. I'm bearing a lot of the weight with my opposite hand and the same side knee here, so I'm not putting all the body weight on there. If you can, that's great, okay? I'm actually going to do that one more time. Let's just go to the left side this time. And just hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. And if you want to relieve more stress, all you have to do is lean back a little bit. That's going to center the body over the knee. If you want to add more pressure, just lean forward and out. And that's going to put a lot more pressure on your wrist, give it an overall better stretch, right? And these angles are just going to stretch it in a different manner. It's going to hit different areas, okay? So reach up, lean your head back. Okay. Lizard pose. Go ahead and get your left leg out. Right leg under you. Once again, I don't care if you're postured like this or your knees on the ground. The overall goal is to allow the hips to sink in as deep as possible, okay? So once again, if I'm like this, I'm just going to sink into it. Using this for stability. This is relaxing. I could use it for a little bit of support, but just continue to sink into that hip joint. Make sure you're breathing. Okay. Go ahead and get your right leg up, and let's go. Just relax. Relax your legs. Continue to sink in. And remember, I'm going to continue to remind you through these stretches that if you're comfortable, you're wrong. Okay? It's natural that we get caught up into that comfortable feeling and we just kind of zone out and forget we're even doing it. So it's just a friendly reminder to push into that stretch as much as possible. All right, so let's go ahead and do the lizard pose. So left foot in front, right foot back. And go ahead and sink into it. So once again, this is ideally what the pigeon pose looks like. But if I want to sink into it, but I don't have a lot of stability here, core strength, I can reach out like this and support myself and just sink further into it, okay? A lot of options, a lot of options. A lot of option means time. There's no excuse, okay? Get your right foot out, left foot back, and let's go. You definitely feel this in your glutes and your IT band, which runs down the side of your leg. All right, and time. Go ahead and come to your knees and reach high, stretch. Okay. Frog pose. Those knees far apart, and we're just sinking into it, okay? Let's go. Every couple breaths, just relax even more. As far as the hips are concerned, I'm actually taking my hands and pushing on the pads, which is creating more pressure in the hips. All right, and time. Okay, come to your knees, reach high and stretch. All right, we'll go to a puppy pose. Remember, we're going to try and keep the legs as vertical as possible. Very similar to a child's pose. And we're bridging the upper torso. Okay. All right, and let's get it. Okay. Time, come to your knees, reach high. Your head back and just stretch those abs, that lower back, okay? Go ahead and come to your buttocks again. Right leg out, left over. I'm going to do a seated twist. And let's go. Breathe and rotate into it. Clear your mind. Only thing you should be focusing on is that tension in the stretch. Okay. Rotate. Right over left. Breathe. And time. All right, go to your back. I'm going to do a lying figure 4. Right leg or ankle over the left knee. Reach under. Pull to the chest. Well, let's see here. And let's go. Lean your head back and relax it. Get those lower hips off of the mat or the ground. Feel that stretch in your hips. You're going to feel it mostly right in here, okay? Left over right. And let's go. Go ahead and lean your head back on this one. Pull into it a little bit more. Start getting those hips further off the ground as much as possible. Just feel a good stretch in your lower back and your buttocks. All right, and time. All right, last stretch, guys. Quad stretch. Right leg out, left back. Remember, plant your hands and just lean into it. Start breathing. Keep your head clear. Focused. Keep that tension on the muscle. Right before it really becomes uncomfortable is what you want. Right before you start making faces or your eyes twitching. That's about where you want when you're stretching. Okay? All right. Let's go. Right leg back, left leg forward. Lean into it. All right, guys. Come to the butterfly position. And we're going to go for 1 minute. Get our breathing. Keep your head clear. Not thinking about anything except for the stretch and controlled, consistent breathing. Focus on your posture. If you feel yourself relaxing too much, slouching over, correct it. Clear your mind. Deep breath. Deep breath. And one more. All right. Just remember, don't get discouraged your body is going to want to lock back down. It's just part of the process due to how we've built muscle memory in our body throughout, our past. So have a good day and God bless.